car and do not let me in the house.
You're going to keep my car.
If you don't let me in the house, yes. Dom, if you do not open, you think I'm joking. Like, I'm dead ass.
What do you mean?
You know it. That's exactly what I mean. You don't even know exactly what I mean. You're going to come open this door right now, or there's going to be a serious problem.
5 months earlier, this was the picture she wanted the world to see.
They're real, babe. I'm nervous.
A boy, a room full of candlelight, a girl's voice, nervous, delighted. 2 people who looked online like they had found something rare, but somewhere beneath the rose petals, something had already started to break. And by the end of that summer, 2 young men would be dead. One of them was the boy in the candlelight. Her name was Mackenzie Sharilla, 17 years old, a senior at Strongsville High School just outside Cleveland, Ohio. Online, she was something else entirely. A TikTok account with a real following. Clothing brands sent her free samples. She posted videos of her outfits, her days, her relationship, the kind of content that made strangers comment things like goals. The boy in most of those videos was Dominic Russo, 20 years old. They had been together since she was 13 and he was 16. By 2021, they were living together at his parents' house. To anyone scrolling past, they looked inseparable. But behind that feed, something had been escalating for months. Friends would later describe a relationship that ran hot and cold. Breakups, reconciliations, fights that spilled into the street. One friend, interviewed after everything that followed, put it simply.
I have a question.
Sure.
Kenzie's never gonna know I'm here, right?
No, not at this point, no. Mackenzie as a driver. Have you ever been in the car with her?
No, that's another thing Tess can tell you. She told me that Kenzie is a crazy driver.
She wasn't talking about traffic. 2 weeks before the crash, Dominic called his own mother, asking to be picked up. Tyler knew Mackenzie well. He described her as someone who didn't think twice about the consequences of what she did.
Is she just a fast driver, or is she, not a good driver? Not a good driver? Okay.
I just like she's careless in general with everything.
No one could say yet whether that made her dangerous or just reckless. July 31st, 2022, just after 5:30 in the morning, a graduation party had ended. Mackenzie was driving Dominic and his friend Davion Flanagan home, 19 years old, fresh out of Strongsville High himself, the kind of person, friends said, who made everyone around him laugh. 3 young people, a quiet stretch of road. Nothing, on paper, that should have ended in tragedy. Then the car began to accelerate. Investigators would later pull data from a phone app, Life 360, tracking the vehicle in real time. It showed the Toyota Camry reaching nearly 100 miles an hour on a residential street. No brakes, no skid marks. A street camera, half a block away, caught only the blur of the car passing, gone in less than a second. Then the sound of impact, off screen. Brick doesn't move. The first officers on scene found the car split nearly in 2. 3 people inside, none of them moving.
Radio 3 occupants. No one's conscious. No one's breathing.
It took rescue crews time to even reach them. Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan were pronounced dead at the scene. Mackenzie survived, airlifted out, multiple fractures, into emergency surgery within the hour. Somewhere across town, a doorbell rang. A mother answered.
So there was an incident that we believe
Dominic may be involved.
What?
There is no version of this story where that sound is easy to hear.
The other two passengers, like I said, was Davion and who we believe is Dominic, okay? From what Mackenzie told us.
Okay.
Okay? Both Davion and Dominic are deceased.
Oh, God!
Yeah.
Christine.
Just sit down.
Oh, God!
Just sit down.
Oh, my God!
Krista's gonna come outside.
3 families, 1 night, and only one of them would get to ask their child what happened. For months, the official story was simple: a tragic accident, a teenager who lost control of her car. But that story didn't survive very long. While recovering in the hospital, Mackenzie kept posting photos from her hospital bed, videos from her wheelchair, a trip to a concert. One post, months later, joked about being able to do a lot of drugs and not die.
I'm not even cool. I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die.
To investigators, that pattern, the posting, the tone, the apparent ease, became its own kind of evidence. She was seen that Halloween, dressed as a corpse. No one asked her to take it down. She did it herself eventually. By then, it had already been seen. And there was something else: text messages, later entered into evidence. Messages where Mackenzie described Dominic as the one who had been dangerous, the one who, she wrote, had tried to end her life. Investigators would conclude it was written days after Dominic had, in fact, called his own mother, afraid of her. On November 4th, more than 3 months after the crash, police arrested Mackenzie Shirilla, now 18.
Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Hazu. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it.
Do you want my glasses?
No.
Thank you.
You got it.
For the first time, she had nowhere left to go. At trial, 2 stories collided.
So I started being actual friends with Kenzie senior year because we both did homecoming court together. I know she had POTS disorder. I think that's what it's called, where you pass out.
The defense pointed to a medical condition, POTS, a disorder that can cause sudden fainting, and argued Mackenzie may have simply lost consciousness.
This is when they were going down Progress Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass. So that's the sign. So it was like almost like he was like a hostage in the car.
The prosecution pointed to a pattern of threats, a car that never slowed down, and a passenger who friends said had, for weeks, looked less like a boyfriend and more like someone trapped. There is a particular kind of fear that doesn't look like fear from the outside. The fear of being left, the fear of mattering to no one. For some people, that fear doesn't stay quiet.
I have a key in your car if you do not let me in the house.
You're gonna keep my car
If you don't let me in the house, yes. Dom, if you do not open, you think I'm joking. You think I'm joking. Like, I'm dead ass.
What do you mean?
You know it. That's exactly what I mean. You don't even know exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
It reaches for control, even when control means destruction. Whether that is what happened on Progress Drive, no one can say with certainty. Mackenzie has never testified. She has never spoken to police. In 2023, a judge found her guilty. Murder, not an accident.
And your decisions forever robbed Dominic and Davion of the futures that they had before them. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day. And she alone made that decision for Dominic and Davion, and she continuously acted in a manner to achieve her purpose. Whether or not she intended to also kill herself is a matter of speculation. Court, having had count 3 tried to pursuant to waiver, finds the defendant, Mackenzie Shirilla, guilty of murder, to wit Dominic Russo, in violation of Ohio Vice Code Section 2903.02B is charged in count 3.
Mackenzie Shirilla is serving 15 years to life. She has called herself, in private, a third victim of that night. Maybe she believes that. Maybe, in whatever version of that night she's allowed herself to remember, it's true. But there is a question this case never quite resolves. Not for the courts, not for the families, maybe not for Mackenzie herself. What happens to love when the person feeling it decides that losing someone is worse than destroying them? We don't know what was in her mind that night. No one does, not even perhaps her. What we know is what was left afterward. 2 families with a future that no longer exists, and one girl who survived the crash she caused and has spent every year since trying to explain it. What do you think happened in that car? Let us know in the comments, and join us next time on Real Dark Stories. Because sometimes it doesn't take a monster. It only takes a few seconds and the wrong kind of love.